Hey everyone, welcome to our live stream. I'm Jonathan Mast, and today I've got with me Jeff Veal. Jeff, you and I know we're going to talk today about ChatGPT. Well, at least that was the plan to talk about ChatGPT, but 3 minutes ago their site was down and wasn't working. So we just talked about it and we're really excited. We're going to show you guys the brand spanking new Google Gemini. You may be familiar with the fact that Google Bard was out, and no offense, Google, but it stunk so bad that you actually got rid of it and killed the name off. And I have a brand new tool called Google Gemini. And here's the good news. Google Gemini shows some promise. So, Jeff, have you had a chance to play with Gemini at all? I know it
Not,
just came out, but
not as yet, Jonathan, but I'm certainly looking forward to it because this AI, it saves my team 20 hours a week. And I can't thank you enough for turning me on to all this stuff. It's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what Gemini can do for us.
yeah, it's going to be amazing. Let's take just a moment and talk about it. I know we've got people joining us, Jeff. They're kind of new to AI. They're wondering, what in the world's going on? Why should they do it? While I get ready to share my screen here, can you talk a little bit about how your team's using it to save time? Because I really see there's three big benefits to AI, Jeff. One is to save time, and that obviously leads to saving money and making more money, increasing your profits. But the other part that I love about it, and you and I have talked about this, is the ability that while you're doing that, you can actually deliver more value to your clients as well. Talk to me a little bit about how your team's using it to save time specifically.
Johnny, we do a lot of social media for people all over the world, and we're using it to write amazing social media posts. We're using Mid-Journey and Bing for the graphics, which are bloody amazing. And you've taught us with those prompts, you've got to get the right prompt. Otherwise, it's garbage in, garbage out. So get those prompts right, guys, and don't be frightened to do it 2 or 3 times until you're happy with it. So we're using it to great effect. Like I said, it's saving us at least 20 hours per client. So, of course, our clients love us. One did the other day was amazing. We were trying to think of a domain name. So we asked ChatGPT, list some domain names for us, and it gave us some amazing names we never would have thought of. And of the 10, 7 of them were available. So
Wow, that's amazing.
It is, and it was my client loved me.
Well, and there's nothing better than when we can use the tools to make us look good to the client too. I mean, delivering
Correct.
that extra value is just so cool and so amazing. So, well, I'm excited. Again, I think we should pivot to Gemini just because I was just trying to use ChatGPT. As you know, I'm actually out of town. I'm doing speaking yesterday and tomorrow at a real estate investors conference talking about AI of all things. And I was just looking at it, and it's down. Last night, I know they had some problems on ChatGPT. As you know, that site is growing so rapidly. They're running into server issues occasionally. But let's show everybody the new Google Gemini and walk through. Does that work for you?
That'd be awesome, Jonathan. Don't forget at the end, Jonathan, I want to hear more about your 15 minutes of fame, all right?
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here a minute. So let's go ahead, and I have to log into the right screen here so we can see this. So there's 2 versions of Gemini. And I want to share this with everybody because there's a huge difference, Jeff, in the 2 versions. So what we're looking at here is actually called Gemini Advanced. And this is the model. If you want to play with Gemini, this is what you want to use. You can go to just the regular Gemini, and it's just kind of like a renamed Bard. And if I'm getting that wrong, Google, I'm sorry, but that seems to be my experience. It's not a lot better. But this Gemini Advanced, this is an entirely new game. It's a new model, new everything else. And what's really cool is right now, Google is offering a 60-day free trial if you go request it. Now, the one caveat is you need a Gmail address. You can't do this from like a G Suite address at your business. You need a Gmail address. But if you just go to gemini.google.com, you can request that free access. I requested it and I received it right away. It did take about 4 days before I could actually use it. Don't know why. But again, they've had millions of people signing up for this. So again, their systems are probably getting overloaded as well. And what's exciting to me about Gemini Advanced is that it's now, in my mind, on par with ChatGPT. Now, it's brand new, so I'm not saying it's as good as in every area. I'm not going to say it's better or worse. But in my initial experience, Jeff, it's probably somewhere between ChatGPT 3.5, their free model, and ChatGPT 4, their paid model. And again, I think it's really cool. It's a significant jump up from Bard. So if you've tried Bard and you weren't thrilled with it, give this Gemini Advanced a look. And so I'm just going to kind of dive in here a minute and chat about a couple things. One of the things that, Jeff, you and I have talked about before that we know is so incredibly important is making sure that you know how it is that you're going to prompt and how you're going to talk to ChatGPT. Because as we know, how we talk to ChatGPT makes a huge difference in the results. And by the way, if you're watching, appreciate you guys watching live. If you're watching on the replay, when I say ChatGPT, in many cases, I'm referring to any of the models. If we talk about some specifics, we will. And I'll try to say Google Gemini, but it's brand new. And candidly, I'm having a hard time remembering to do that sometimes. But let's go ahead and take a look here a minute. We'll just take a look over here and what it does. So this is the main screen. And when we're prompting for ChatGPT or Claude, or in this case, Gemini, what we want to do is we want to use a 3-stage prompt. And this is what Jeff was referring to earlier that I trained his team on. You want to start by telling the model who you want it to act as. So Jeff, let's think of a case scenario here. Let's walk through. Let's just say that we want to maybe write a social media post for our business and show them how to do it. Does that seem like a good case study to you?
Absolutely.
So let's start with that. And so what we want to do is we're going to enter a prompt, and you could do this in Claude, you can do this in ChatGPT, you can do it here in Gemini like we are, but we want to start off by telling it what it is. So you are an expert copywriter, and Jeff knows I don't type and talk really well.
That's one of my favorites.
You're an expert copywriter, who specializes, if I can spell that right, in creating engaging social media posts. So you may go, why do we need to do that? And if you're watching, I want you to understand we need to do this because ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, they're like the world's largest collection of encyclopedias. And if you could imagine literally millions and millions of encyclopedic books that you had reference to, if you don't tell the model where to start, it's going to waste lots of energy. So if we can target it like this and say, you're an expert copywriter who specializes in writing social media, we just went from this incredibly broad array of information down to a really specific topic in digital marketing. And it's going to give us a better response. So the next thing we want to do after we do that is we want to tell it what we want. So please craft, again, create would be fine, a social media post about the advantages of using AI tools like, in this case, Gemini Advanced, to create marketing materials and campaigns for business. So that was step 2. First step, what are you going to do? Second step, what do I want done? And then because we know that AI models, Jeff, they're programmed to make assumptions so they don't drive us crazy. Because if they acted like a 3-year-old and every time we asked a question, they went, why, we'd get annoyed and we wouldn't use them. So they've been programmed to make assumptions. And what we need to do is we need to get around that, because in this case, it probably needs more information than what I've given it. So then we want to give it a third command, and that is, please ask me any questions that you need answered in order to give me the best response. This way, if we forgot to ask something, and a lot of times I do, it's now, if it needs it, it's going to ask. So let's take a look. We're going to let it process. It's going to think for just a minute. Again, we could do this in ChatGPT as well. We could do it in Claude. One of the nice things, just for those of you who are watching, Gemini and ChatGPT both have internet access, so that it can be helpful. So in this case, it said, okay, I can do this, but notice it says, in order to ensure your post is perfectly tuned, I'd love to ask a few questions. Now, you don't have to answer these. You could just ignore them, but we're going to get a better response if we do, though. So industry, what types of businesses would be most interested in your message? Let's just say we're going to make it really broad for this case, but let's say, please target. Oh, Jeff, give me an industry. What industry should we do?
Restaurants.
There we go. And I'm probably misspelling it. That's fine. And then role. Who are the decision makers within the company? So let's just call them general managers. And then social media preferences for platforms. You know, if we're doing restaurants, I'm going to think probably TikTok, Instagram, maybe Facebook. What do you think, Jess?
Correct. I do.
All right, and let's see here. I got to make sure I get platform spelled right. There we go. Tone. You want to what type of tone do we want? It probably depends on the restaurant. What should we focus on? Maybe like a local bar, make it friendly, or do you want to be more
Yeah,
formal?
I do also, Jonathan. I do things like someone's friendly. I do humorous, quite one of my favorites. I say speak like Deadpool, just to put a bit of humor into
Absolutely,
things.
let's do that. All right, so we'll put that in there. And then key benefits. Are there specific pain points or challenges that our target audience faces? So, industry, I'm going to updates. Please, let's say in this case, yeah, please target restaurants. So, what's a pain point that they might have that we want to address? Maybe putting butts in the seats. Do you think that's the biggest one?
Yeah, need one of the big ones, of course, is need more clients.
Okay, let's just see what it does. Let's do that, and boom. So we're going to give it that, and let's see now what Gemini comes back. All right, so it's time to inject some Deadpool level absurdity. Hey, I like that into your marketing. So TikTok, it's recommending that we do a video with a manager who's looking sad, surrounded by empty tables, and a text overlay that says, "Tables emptier than your love life." Nah, I like that. That's good. And cut to a Gemini Advanced logo. It's, by the way, Gemini is a little bit partial to itself, spinning on a screen, and cut back to a packed restaurant with chaos. And Gemini Advanced, it says the AI is so good it'll put butts in the seats, and those butts better order chimichangas. I like it. That's kind of good. That's not bad.
Very, very.
Let's see, Instagram. It says we should do a reel with a bored waiter or chef twiddling their thumbs close up to a drool-worthy food that no one's eating. That's a good visual. I like that. And the voiceover is, "Hey, restaurants, this ain't a pity party. Gemini Advanced can make your food the star of the show. So get ready for a stampede of customers." That's a little cheesy, but it works. And it's kind of Deadpool. I like it. I like it. Let's read the Facebook one. An image of a standard restaurant sign that said seats available. Reminds me of a hotel saying vacancy. And Deadpool spray paint over it. Lies. Gemini Advanced will take this place hotter than a habanero. And the text that says, "Sick of slow nights, AI marketing tools like Gemini Advanced are your not so secret weapon. More customers, more chaos, more chimichangas for me." Not bad. That's definitely some humorous. It's kind of casual. I like it. And again, you don't have to use every one of these, Jeff, but what a great way to, in a minute or two, come up with some very interesting ideas of things we could do to get people's attention. I like it. What do you think?
Yeah, typically I would that is a little bit cheesy, like you said. I would also have like you've taught me, have another 2 or 3 goes at it. Only takes 5 minutes.
Exactly. Let's do that.
Hours.
What would you put in, Jeff, maybe as a follow-up to that?
I would just do it either as standard or talk like a superhero.
I like the superhero. So Jeff makes a really good point. If you're watching here, just because you get a response back doesn't mean you're done. This is like having a text conversation. You can text back and forth, and you can ask follow-up questions. So maybe Deadpool wasn't quite on target. No problem. We'll go ahead and do superhero, and let's see what comes up. So again, this time we've got a manager dramatically standing on a rooftop surveying empty streets. The text appears and it says, "Where are my hungry heroes?" And then it cuts to them working on a laptop, and a Gemini logo showing. Again, it's very partial to itself. And then a final shot of a restaurant bustling with happy diners, and a caption, "Unleash the power of AI. Restaurants, Gemini Advanced is your sidekick, finding your customers faster than a speeding bullet." So this isn't bad, but let's say it misunderstood us here, Jeff, and we say, "Oops, we want these to be posts from a restaurant."
Yes. It does that sometimes.
And again, we didn't define to hungry patrons nearby. Help us put more butts in the seats and sell more tacos. Now let's see what it does with that. So again, we're going to tell it to totally kind of change where it was coming from. It says it's going to shift from superhero to restaurant mode and tempt those hungry patrons with some irresistible posts. So let's just, we did TikTok. Let's take a look at Instagram this time.
Wow.
Shots of happy customers devouring tacos interspersed with close-up of fresh ingredients, sizzling meats, and vibrant salsas. Man, had I not just ate dinner, that sounds good already. Then
I'm getting hungry.
choose a catchy local song with a text that says your next taco obsession is right around the corner. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty good. That's not bad. What do you think, Jeff? What are your thoughts?
Fantastic. Can we do one? Talk like Gordon Ramsay, because Gordon Ramsay is, one of the world's foremost chefs. So it'd be interesting to see what he says.
That's a great idea.
He might start swearing.
He might, but Gemini has enough filters on it. I don't think they're going to do that to us. So let's see here. They got it. So Gordon Ramsay holding up a fat-looking taco from a competitor. This wouldn't feed. I like this. This wouldn't feed a starving donkey. And then a close-up of your overflowing taco platter. Now this is how you do an effing taco. It knows Gordon Ramsay, doesn't it? I like that. And then Ramsay with a smirk saying, "Get your butts over here and taste the difference."
Fantastic. That's typical. Very good.
That's very much Gordon Ramsay. I mean, that's what you'd expect out of him. Let's have some fun here, Jeff. You and I are old enough to remember.
That's an awesome post for social media. It's so different.
Well, yeah, that's going to get your attention, and yes, maybe it's going to get you a little bit of people saying you shouldn't say effing taco, but you know what? It's going to get their attention. Let's go a totally different direction. Now let's do this as Julia Childs. So you and I are old enough to remember Julia Childs and a French chef. Yeah. I'm really curious to see how it deals with tacos and a French chef. Oh, I like it already. Whimsical music, shots of fresh ingredients, a sprinkle of spices, and Julia Child's voice. I can hear it in the back of my head. Tacos are so delightful. They'll make you sing. Oh, man, that's great. I love this down here. My darling, sometimes the simplest thing brings the greatest joy, like these tacos, a feast fit for a king or anyone with excellent taste. That's pretty good. I like that. And notice
how good is this, Jonathan? If you're in charge of the social media for a taco restaurant, and you can just keep these coming week after week after week with different superheroes and different types of characters, and and tell a whole story.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to the Gordon Ramsay, and let's say we want to do one every day. So we can just say, let's go back to Gordon Ramsay, and what we need to get, I need 5 posts for Tuesday through Saturday. I don't know about you, but a lot of times where I'm at, restaurants are closed on Mondays, so that's kind of the day they take off after working the weekend. And let's say we want to promote our adult libations this time. So for those of you from Rio Linda, California, that means we want to our mixed drinks, our alcohol, our adult beverages. Let's see what this does for us. And again, we've asked for 5 of them, so I like it. Tuesday, a tempting teaser, a cocktail glass shrouded in mist with only a hint of vibrant drink. Get ready, you thirsty lot. Something wicked this way comes. Wednesday can't come soon enough. That's pretty good. On Wednesday, the big reveal, a signature cocktail. Behold the cocktail name. A drink so damn good it'll knock your socks off. Your weekend starts right here. Jeff, I like these. These are good. These get your attention.
Fantastic. I mean, the restaurant loves you guys because I mean the chef's not a computer aficionado, so he's not going to know some of this stuff. He's going to love what your output is, and you'll have no trouble getting paid to promote these restaurants, guys.
Yeah, this makes me think, Jeff. Imagine you're a restaurant marketer. You could literally go in with this and do this for virtually any type of a restaurant that you want.
Correct.
And you could make it work. Let's try something totally different. Let's move from a taco joint. Let's move into maybe a formal, luxurious steakhouse. So let's
Yeah.
we might not want to use a Gordon Ramsay here. What's a chef? Maybe can you think of a well-known chef, or maybe Google one for me that we could put
Yeah,
in?
Jamie Oliver.
Oh, great one. Yeah. Okay, that's great. So now take on the role of Jamie Oliver. So again, if you're watching us here, and if you've got a restaurant, you can do this. But maybe you're looking to run a new agency, start a new business out, start a side hustle, doing social media for restaurants. So take on the role of Jamie Oliver, and let's promote. We'll just call it. Let's say you got really lucky and you got to promote the local Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Not been to Ruth's Chris? They know how to make steaks at Ruth's Chris. And let's just pick a location. Let's say you're in Chicago, because that's a great location. Do they have they? I don't know if they have Ruth's Chris over in the Philippines. Do they?
No, I never heard of them.
Oh, let me tell you, some of the best steak I've ever had. So let's see. I bet it knows Jamie Oliver, and I bet it knows Ruth Chris. Oh yes. See, now we're getting to the political correctness, and we can't get away from this with Google.
Healthy, right? He's into the healthy stuff. I see. Interesting.
So what's interesting here is, Jeff, the AI has determined that that steaks must not be healthy. So let's just try this again. Let's think of who's the guy that does diners, drive-ins, and dives?
I know the guy, but I can't.
Let's look here a minute.
I can see his face.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives. Not now. Guy Fieri. That's it. I just couldn't remember his name, and I certainly wouldn't have spelled it right.
Yeah. He's a character.
Let's go. Okay. How about Guy Fieri promoting the local? Let's see here. We did Mexican for tacos, so let's say the local
Italian. Let's go Italian.
There we go. Local Italian kitchen, and see what it does.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite cuisine, by the way.
There we go. All right. Are you a pasta or meatball guy, or both?
Not so much into pasta. Oh yeah, a bit of pasta, but not so much into pasta. Just into the seafood is my big go.
There we go. So look at this. This time it wasn't offended. So close-up shot of a classic Italian dish, maybe overflowing.
Oh yeah, I love lasagna.
Love lasagna. Saucy meatballs, something visually outrageous. We're going to have fun with this. We're going to head over. We'll share my screen here a minute.
Oh, mama.
we're going to. So
look at that.
They just turned off the image generation for this, but I'm going to show you in a moment how we could go to Midjourney and we could create an image to go along with this. And imagine this. Whoa, mama, this ain't your average Italian joint, folks. We're talking real deal, homemade flavors that'll knock your sock off. Get ready for explosion, Flavortown style. All right, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop my share here a minute, and I'm going to go share a different application. I'm going to load up Midjourney. So we just talked about the fact, Jeff, that at the moment ChatGPT seems to be down. And since it seems to be down, that means that we're not going to be able to use DALL-E, which is part of the ChatGPT model. So instead, I'm going to go over to Midjourney. And if you're not familiar with Midjourney, folks, Midjourney is super powerful, but Midjourney is a little bit different to use. And that's because it actually runs, let's see, I can't share that screen. Let's try that again. It actually runs on Discord, which is a little bit different. So I'm going to try to share this and see if it works. There we go. Jeff, are you seeing my Discord screen?
No, I'm not, Jonathan. I'm seeing both you and I.
All right. So it's not wanting to share Discord. Yeah, it doesn't like that for some reason. That's interesting.
What about Bing? Can you use Bing at all, Jonathan?
Oh, I suppose we could do that. That just seems like such a travesty, but let's go ahead and do it. I tell you, here's another one. Let's go to Leonardo.ai.
That's one of your favorites as well.
It's a good one. It's another one we can do. So okay, we're in there. Let me go back to sharing my screen here. There we go. We'll share. All right. Can you see that Leonardo popping up now?
Not yet, Jonathan. You're still on me and you.
All right. The joys of I'm just running into some difficulty here, it looks like. Let's try this once again. Share that tab. It says it's working, but I think there we go. I had to be patient. Now we've got her.
That's the one.
All right.
Look at those characters. Look at those characters.
So this is not stuff I've created, guys. This is just it. But let's go ahead and create one. We're going to go up to image generation here. and we're going to go ahead and we're going to just type in that prompt that we just had. So let me see if I saved that here. I did not, so I've got to go back.
I thought you did, actually, funny
I
enough.
thought I did, but I don't see it in my clipboard, so that's all right. Let's go back over here
Yeah.
a minute and bear with me. I'm going to go.
I hate that when that happens.
Oh well, it's part of using stuff. It's just the way it goes. So let's go back here a minute.
There's some nice virtual assistants there. I might come back and pick up some of those.
There we
They're
go.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and paste that in. There we go. Close-up shot of a classic Italian dish. Think overflowing lasagna, perfectly controlled spaghetti sauce. We're not even going to give it any more than that. We're just going to say, just post that description right in, and let's have it create. It's going to create 4 images for us here, Jeff. And here's what's cool. Again, imagine you're an agency or a restaurant, doesn't matter. You literally, and as you're seeing, you can put together some great social posts. Now we're going to create some imagery, and it's going to take a second because, of course, everything takes time, especially when we're streaming it. But it's going to go ahead and share that. And Leonardo, by the way, if you're not familiar with it, while we're looking at it here, Leonardo. Oh man, I'm hungry. Look at that.
Look at that, guys.
Wow, man.
And guys, here's a tip for you guys. You can use these for your Google My Business profile, or GMB or GMP now, and you can brand them and use those actual photos to promote your Google My profiles. So keep that tip in mind, guys. It's a unknown tip, but there it is for you.
That's a great tip. So we did that. We grabbed the image. Now let's go over. Let me do. We're really just going out of norm here, but I'm going to go over into Canva, and let's go ahead and create a Facebook post in Canva, and let's use this image and show everybody how do we pull this all together. So let's cross our fingers and see if I can share my Canva screen. Yeah, they're telling me I can't again. All right, so I love it when that happens that way, but we'll just talk about it. So guys, you could go ahead and you could pull that image back into Canva. You could throw the text on top of it, and you'd have a killer social media post in just a few minutes. So really, really valuable way to do that. And again, we could do the exact same prompts. We did them in Google Gemini Ultra. We could do them in Claude. We could do them in ChatGPT. And it doesn't matter what type of business you're in. You can be a chiropractor, a dentist, a restaurant, anything like this, and you can use this to help promote what you're doing. It's absolutely fantastic at creating social media. It's a great thing to do. We can even have it help us write our menu at the restaurant if we wanted to redo our menu. I mean, it's amazing the things that we could do. So
just to stop you there, Jonathan, what I do, guys, you believe it or not, I go and look in my fridge. I do this once a week, just for fun. I go and look in my fridge. I tell usually ChatGPT what I've got in my fridge, and I say, give me some recipes. And it's bloody amazing. I just show in. I've got some milk. I've got some cheese. I've got some butter. I've got some beef mince and blah blah blah. And then it tells me what extra spices I need. All of a sudden, I've got my lasagna or some other type of meal, meatballs, whatever. It'll turn the mince into 5 different recipes for me, guys.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Step by step.
It's amazing what you can do. If you guys just remember the basics that Jeff and I just shared with you, when you're prompting, ask it any question you've got. Treat it like you're texting with a buddy or a family member and have a conversation. Go back and forth. Don't just try to get everything done in a single prompt. And then use that 3-step prompt. Tell the AI, who do you want it to act as? In this case, we said Guy Fieri. What do you want it to do? I want you to give me an engaging social media post, and then ask me any clarifying questions you need in order to give me the best response. Guys, you can use that prompt formula in anything that you're doing. And again, just substitute the right information. Who is it you want them to act like? What do you want it to answer for you? And don't forget to ask me any clarifying questions. And you're going to get some amazing results. And whether you're working for somebody, you're going to look brilliant. Whether you've got a client you need to do the work for, or if you own your own business and you're an entrepreneur like Jeff and I are, you can actually do this for your own business and turn things around, as you can see, in minutes. So we've been live now for just 30 minutes. We didn't know what we're going to do. We're responding on the cuff to the fact that ChatGPT is down, and we've already created a week's worth of social media for a restaurant that didn't exist except in our heads until about 10 minutes ago. Guys, it's really that easy.
Guys, think about this. What Jonathan's taught you today is basically, think about this. You're an entrepreneur. This is business in a box. Let's just say you wanted to go after the dentists, lawyers, chiropractors, plumbers, whatever industry. You can be an expert in that industry around the world. Think of the world, guys. It can be in your own state, your own country, anywhere in the world. You can be a plumbing. And once you've started to delve into and being, let's just use plumbers, a plumber, then you can take everything you've learned from the last client and apply it to a different client, because they're completely different areas. All you do is, and you tell ChatGPT, give me a spin on this, change this completely. And Jonathan will tell you this, if it's got 1,000 words, you can say, condense this down by 40%, and it'll still be very concise, but it'll be condensed down for you. So think about it, guys. Business in a box.
It's so true. And again, AI can become that amazing assistant that you never thought you had, because it can help you strategize and all that. So instead of having to hire somebody else to come in and say, hey, come up with some good ideas, do this research, literally you saw how in, again, less than 30 minutes, we were able to create some amazing social media content. And again, just one of many, many examples of what you could do. But think about it for your business. If you could create enough social media posts that you could post once or twice a day, every day of the week, and you could do that in less than 30 minutes, you have no more excuses as to not engage with your audience. And especially if you're a local service provider, a restaurant, a chiropractor, home services, a roofer, plumber, electrician, doesn't name it, anything where you're working locally, posting on social media like that helps bring you to the top of mind awareness for your potential customers. Because I don't need a plumber today, but if a pipe bursts tomorrow and I do, I'm going to think of the plumbers that I saw information about. I'm going to think about the plumber that just posted about how to make sure that my water spigots don't freeze, because I'm in the northern part of North America and it gets cold up here. If I'm down in the southern part and I'm thinking about it and I've got an issue because I don't know what happens, I get a burst pipe, well, then I'm going to know that I'm going to be, again, looking for that person that I saw on social media, because they've got top of mind awareness. And you can answer questions, you can give tips, you can be and have fun about it, just like we were doing there. And you can engage your audience. You can get more business. Simple as that. So Jeff, I don't really want to mess with people tonight. I really think we've hit some really good, solid stuff here that
Absolutely.
they can use. And I'm concerned. We could go on. You and I could talk for hours, but I'm afraid if we do that, we're going to run into a situation where people are not necessarily going to be using that. We've got some great comments in the chat already. I think I want to encourage people to go out and use this for their business. And then, Jeff, I'd like to challenge them to come over to your group. I want you to share about your Business Guru group a moment. I'd like them to go into there and I'd like them to share what they've done in that group so we can hold them accountable. What do you think about that? We've not talked about this, but what do you think?
I think it's a great idea, Jonathan.
All right. So, Jeff, talk to us a little bit about your groups. If they're not part of it, they know how to join the Business Guru group.
That's a good question, Jonathan.
Nothing like putting you on the spot, right? You know?
Right. Yeah. I think it's a Business Gurus online, guys. It's a Facebook group. It's got some 4,500 members, and it's quite an active group. And unlike other groups, we let you come in, unless you're putting in crap. We let you come in, and we want you to network and do joint ventures with each other. And we're always sharing ideas. And I've got in that group, guys, believe it or not, I've got over $20,000 worth of free resources in there. If you look under guides, I've got over 300 guides. And if you look under the other one called files, under files, I've got something like 150 ebooks and PDFs on how to do things. And because of Jonathan, and Jonathan's got an amazing group as well, because of Jonathan's group, and I can't give him the credit, there it is there. Thanks, guys. I quite often refer to a lot of ChatGPT material. Can you click on guides for a minute there, Jonathan? Is that possible?
Can. Let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and go over and just get the right.
There it is down the bottom there.
Yep. There we go. You want to walk me through? We can show everybody where all that is. So
yeah, sure. Yeah, guides. There you go. And there we are, guys. There's some of the most recent ones. 15 best free AI courses, guys. Who doesn't want that? And then scroll down a bit, Jonathan. You know, the 10. Jonathan just showed you one of them, but there was the image generators, right? Some more, and there it is, guys. It's all good stuff, guys. All good stuff, you know. And
And Jeff, all that's free, right? If they join your group,
Absolutely,
that's
totally
all free to
free.
them.
And until we hit 5,000, Jonathan, then we're going to start to charge. Anyone who's grandfathered in will get it for totally free. But we're putting some amazing resources here. So we've decided once we hit 5,000, it's going to be a paid group.
I love it.
So
I love it. So it looks like you get room for about 400 more. So get in there quick, join Jeff's group. And guys, I want to challenge you. Go ahead, Jeff.
Pop over to files for a moment, Jonathan.
Sure will.
Next to guys, pop over to files, guys, and we'll show you some of the interesting stuff in there.
PDF, haven't looked at that.
Okay, here, guys, look at this, guys. Lead generation. This is from Jonathan. How to master ChatGPT. Lead generation ebook. 101. Look at that one, guys. 101 things a VA can do for you. You know, there's just some amazing resources there, guys. And grab a cup of coffee. Don't be lazy. Grab a cup of coffee and go through some of these, guys. I mean, or let me charge you like others do. Let me charge you thousands of dollars for the same material. If you'd rather pay, let me know.
I love this, Jeff. Such a great way to give back to the community and great information there.
Absolutely.
That is fantastic. Guys, that's a great, oops. I want to go back to Jeff's group. You don't need to see my page. There we go. So, go ahead and join Jeff's group. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, Jonathan, people wonder why I do all this. And this is my analogy. I say, imagine I'm a motor mechanic with 30 years experience and I specialize in Mercedes-Benz. So you come into my shop and I say, hey, you can fix this yourself. Here you go. Here's a book on how to, it's about like a telephone book, how to fix your Mercedes-Benz. There, I'll give it to you for free. See you later. But the reality is you haven't got my 30 years experience. You haven't got my 50,000 diagnostic machine. So reading the book is only theory. We actually put all this stuff, guys, into practice. So if you need some help, reach out, jump on a chat sometime. It costs you nothing to have a virtual cup of coffee. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to help you. I'm here to give back. Same as Jonathan.
Well, guys, and we just walked you through into that. So I want to challenge you, whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay, go to Gemini, go to Claude, go to ChatGPT, doesn't matter, and do those same prompts that we just did for your business, and then share those into Jeff's channel here. Share them into the group. Jeff will give you feedback. I'll give you feedback. But grow your business, guys. One of the biggest mistakes, and Jeff, I know you're a coach, you see this happening all the time as well. We teach people what steps they need to do. The people that I need more leads, I need to grow my business, and we teach them what to do. And in the process, they go, well, yeah, but I don't really want to do that. Guys, you're missing the point. If you want to grow your business, start posting to social media every day. Jeff, do you agree with me? That's an important thing they should be doing no matter what type of work they're in?
Absolutely. Or if you're too lazy or you're too busy or you don't get it, get one of my wonderful VAs from just $15 a day, guys. $15 to have your social media posts attended to daily, both on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, the whole 9 yards, guys. You
can't beat it, guys. Again, just post in the group, run those things, share what you've done, inspire others, and on top of that, you get a bunch of free exposure in the group too. So what a great gig all the way around. So absolutely. Jeff, I want to thank you for getting this set up. Guys, if you like this, by the way, let Jeff know. He's the reason these happen. I love to talk and I love to monopolize the conversation, but I do it because people like Jeff reach out and go, look, we need to do one of these. Jeff is on top of things. He's managing things. He's making sure that this is already behind the scenes. He is working his tail off to bring you value. So if you like these and these are adding value, please let Jeff know, and then he'll continue to do that with me and others. But let Jeff know if you found this of value, guys. This can be huge. And again, join his group, post stuff in there, let us know, share in the comments. Guys, thank you. We appreciate you so much. Jeff, any final words, last words you want to leave the group with?
Yeah, I want to give a rap to Jonathan. Jonathan's an amazing man. He's so humble. Jonathan, tell us all about your 15 minutes of fame, where you're giving your 15 minutes of fame to anyone who wants to be famous.
I would be more than happy to. Yeah, so I was challenged by a mentor of mine to give back, and I thought one of the best ways to do that, with encouragement from my mentor, it's not my idea, it was his, but he said, hey, let's give back. And so for 91 days, and I'm about halfway through it right now, we're going live twice a day to give you a free live interview to my entire audience. So if you own a business and you want to be able to, promote that, there's no cost, there's no obligation. I don't promote what I do. We literally schedule a live meeting just like Jeff and I are on right here. We use the same virtual studio and everything. We hop on and I interview you for 10 to 15 minutes and you get free exposure to your audience if you want, because you can connect, and to my audience, which is currently nearly 70 some thousand people. Are they all going to be perfect people for you? No, they're not. I'm not going to tell you that, but some of them are. And again, it's great. Even if they're not, guys, it's great experience for you to get on video. You'll now have video online that'll look great. It's all about you. Just, if you're interested, comment down below on this video. Jeff's got a link that he can help you get booked at. I can give you a link. It's the same link, but Jeff can help out with that. Guys, we would love to give back to you in the community. If you've got a business, the only caveat, you've got to be a business owner. You've got to have a business. But if you do, we want to help promote you. Thanks, Jeff, for bringing that up. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. It's fantastic, guys. Make sure you do it. I mean, don't sit back and do nothing. Imagine, guys, you're in front of 70,000 potential entrepreneurs who may want to joint venture with you, may want to know what you do. We haven't all got the skills, guys. We cross-promote each other because we all got different skill sets. You know that. So let's help each other, guys. This is your chance.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Guys, I want to thank you. It's been great. I've got to go prep for a speech I'm giving tomorrow. I'm so thrilled to do that. And again, I love talking about AI. But again, I want to encourage you, if you like these events, if these add value, these live streams are good, talk to Jeff and let him know, because he'll be happy to get some more of these coordinated. And I know, Jeff, I'd be happy to do these again. We've done a number and we'll be happy to keep doing them. All right.
Yeah,
make it a great day, everybody. Have a wonderful
guys.
night.
Go on YouTube. On
All
YouTube,
right.
guys.
Yes.